welcome, everybody. I am your host, Akeem Saunders, along with
Catherine, and we have a special guest. Y'all know I love to be sandwiched between two handsome men. I always get my way in the show. I know,
Help her, Jesus, help her.
do it, Lordy. So we have a special guest, and I know you guys are always wondering, how does Miss Producer find these handsome men to come on the show? I be watching. All right? Only the best is come on the show. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're going to find out who is that handsome man and that gorgeous little soldier next to him. So we'll find who they are in a few seconds. Just stay with us. So we're back. Now, who is this handsome man and gorgeous soldier next to me?
Hmm. My name is Donovan Paul of Lifeline IT Group of Companies, and this is my son. Roman Paul.
Hi, Roman, again.
Hello. So,
Hi.
what do you do? What is Lifeline?
Lifeline is a security integration company. We specialize in access control, wireless infrastructures, CCTV. That's our core business. We also provide basic IT services to various clients.
All right, cool.
And
So,
what, hold on, and what do you do at Lifeline?
I am responsible for logistical planning. We basically do a lot of project management, and that's my responsibility, project management. Also, I also responsible for basically overseeing various contracts and international partnerships, trade shows, etc.
And our little gorgeous soldier over there. What do you do?
What
He's
school
like,
did you go
what?
to? I went to St. John's College. And first they have like praise and worship and Miss Wisdom class. That's not my class, but that's someone else's class. Okay, Ron.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm in grade one.
Oh, wow. I thought you was in grade 6. All right, then. So tonight's show is going to be a special show as usual. I know you guys are waiting to dive into Donovan. Don't give him too much stress, everybody. But tonight's show is not don't panic, plan with COVID-19. So, we've been talking about COVID, people calling it a Rona, Morona, all this stuff. What we want you guys to know is that, you can use technology. Don't panic. Plan, use technology, and you can beat COVID-19. I think everybody agrees, right?
yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so Donovan, so we got a little bit about what you do at the company, but right now I think it's best for us to do a little icebreaker so we can know put Donovan some more. So let's begin our lightning round. All right, so coffee or tea?
Tea.
What?
He's behaving like that tea. Lipton tea, yeah.
Oh Lord. Mac or PC?
PC.
Okay. um,
He's like, no.
I just trying to figure this out. Vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Vanilla.
I didn't want to say chocolate, but anyway.
Yeah. And this one for Lil Man. And this one for Lil Man, McDonald's or KFC?
I'm going to say Wendy's.
Your answer? I would choose McDonald's.
We can Leave him out of the
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. We had to get a little bit of information from him. All right, so Donovan,
Mm.
don't panic, plan with COVID-19. Thank you once again for being a guest on our show. We really appreciate this. But we thought it fit in at this time to engage in conversations like this on Tech Thursday, as COVID-19 has been a pandemic and been wreaking havoc around the world, and
Yes.
persons are really frightened
Yeah.
and because
Anxious.
and uncertain.
Yeah.
When we look at the news, we see a lot of layoffs occurring. Persons trying to figure out how they're going to eat.
Mhm.
How
Business owners
business
concerned.
owners trying to figure out now how they're going to survive. And so this is a perfect opportunity for us to begin this conversation from a tech aspect of things. So so instead of me carrying the conversation, what's on your mind tonight?
On my mind at this present time is really we all have necessities that we need, and we
Yes.
need to focus on. And yeah, we need to operate. We need food. We have maybe trying to cut down costs as much as possible at this present time. Fortunately, we haven't had to let go anyone from our company, and
Okay.
basically, like I said, we focus on uh, our employees at this present time. We focus on our clients at this present time. And it's basically focusing on what matters. And I think,
Yeah.
between focus on the clients and everything else, in reference to certain expenses, they're really, they could be pushed back as much as possible at this present time.
Hmm.
But at the same time, we're using this opportunity to train.
Right.
With especially with IT, it's constant. With security, it's constant. So we've used this opportunity to train online. There's so many online training courses at this present time, so many online exhibitions at this present time.
Hmm.
But at the same time, other than training, we're using this opportunity to more plan on see how best we could assist our economy, providing the services that we provide. I must take my hats off to all of the first responders, the
Yes.
doctors, the police officers,
Yeah.
the defense force,
Yeah.
the nurses. They're on the front line, and they are making their contribution now.
Yeah.
And while they're making their contribution, instead of us complaining, I think this is a perfect opportunity to look at ourselves and see how best we could and what can we offer, so that once we have the go ahead, that we could actually, see how we could contribute.
Correct.
I have a question to ask, right? Because I know we have some viewers, they lie in the back and then come call us after.
I know, right?
When you say securities, what are you referring to?
They get the
Security, as
nice
in
stick.
security cameras. We integrate. A lot of persons install cameras, but we integrate cameras. We integrate cameras with access control, biometrics. We integrated with elevators. We integrated with fire suppression, fire detection systems. We create a holistic solution as it relates to security. We're very passionate about it, and we focus on the Bahamas. However, we do work throughout the Caribbean, and it's that's what we do. We love to do it. I love to even partner with international security companies. And it's like iron sharpens iron. So that's how
Yeah.
we look at it. Providing the very best solution to our clients, and keep on evolving because, one thing I'd like to say, like, for example, COVID-19 has changed the marketing itself.
Yeah.
When I say the marketing itself, um, we've moved from biometrics. I used to have a high demand for persons requiring fingerprint technology. And something like this, COVID-19, most persons are now requesting contactless forms of biometrics, access for access control, etc.
Right.
So we're changing the way our suppliers are, and we're changing how we would deliver those solutions.
Because a lot of people have been advocating that, oh, the tech world really do this, so we can rely on technology more. This COVID-19 is a this, is a that, is a technology scheme. What is your
I mean, in relation to 5G network.
that too? Not even only that, but like to say, you know, um, technology really caused it so we don't have to go into banks no more. We have to do everything through ATMs or showing the world that we don't need to be. You can use technology with the VPNs and even like with the securities, you don't even really need a physical person there if you have a decent system. So they're trying to say, oh, we're trying to get into this one world, all this technology stuff. What is your take coming from the IT field?
My take as it relates to technology is it makes life easier. So we need to
Yes.
learn to embrace it. It connects us. We could use this opportunity to reach out to families anywhere in the world. My son, he stays in contact with his friends. And using what apps do you use to stay in contact with your friends? Many apps. Oh, it's like WhatsApp, Zoom, and Just Talk. And Just Talk? Yep. Okay, all right. So he could stay connected with his friends during this time, and even even school, right? He's basically doing online courses, etc. What online websites do you use? Like where do you do at home school? Yeah, at home school now. I like do my online things on my computer. Yeah, what websites do you use? So where do you on where do you go on your computer? I go on like Google Chrome. Uh-huh. Do you use like Edmodo? What is it called? Edmodo. Edmodo. What is that? That they do courses online? You do classes? Yeah. Okay. All right. What else you do? You do education.com? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I mean, we have to embrace technologies during this time.
Hold on. And Donovan, and what grade is he at?
What grade are you in? I'm in grade one. Mm-hmm.
In grade 1. And he is doing all of this by himself.
All this by himself.
Technology.
Wow.
Technology. You know.
Wow.
So it's like I said, we have to embrace it. We have to pass it down. You know, to see how they even use it, and it's an experience. It's experience, whereas it's something new
Mm-hmm.
to them. But I think new is nice, and new is sometimes good.
Right.
So you don't think it's something sent by the technology companies?
No.
I must say, I'm going to use this opportunity. Like back in the past, technology was basically you have a computer and you explore. Now, technology allows my wife, for example, she could monitor what my son does, look at the various to see how he's doing, and as relates to school, etc.
You
And
saw the comment?
you know,
Someone saying, way to go, woman.
oh, way to
Yay.
go! So she could monitor and she could it more like
Hey,
enforce
Simone.
his usage of the internet. So it's a beautiful thing once done correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons we actually started Tech Thursday was we felt that here in the Bahamas, like people were they shied away from technology.
Yeah.
They thought it was something,
Right.
and I like to talk about the bank. I'd rather stand on the line for 17 hours than use technology. Or, we tend to shy away. So that's why Tech Thursday was here to help behemoths embrace
Yeah.
technology. I mean, it took COVID-19 to force us to use it in ways we didn't want to. We had apps. We have apps like, sorry, this earpiece is messing with me. But that's why I told people COVID-19 has its positives as well, especially from the tech standpoint of it all.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And when people say technology too, they sometimes think just the computer. Technology
correct.
is, is more than just a computer. I remember in the past, I used to do fishing and I never used to catch any fish. Now I've taken a newer approach. I basically do crossbow fishing. I do bow and
Fancy.
arrow fishing, and so it's basically mixing technology with a traditional means, in reference to sports, etc. But it,
Right.
it adds another level of flavor, etc.
Do you have an example of one of the posts or with you?
Of
I
Like,
do actually.
course.
I have here uh, this right here. This is
What?
my crossbow, so I could basically shoot a fish and then
Hey,
reel it in.
you catch a whale with that, eh? How big that is?
Yeah, this is more, I would say, this is a more lazy manner to broach. However,
that's very lazy,
more,
man.
That's technology, bro. That's technology.
yeah, yeah. But I also have, I use, let me give you an example. This is the this is the actual bow fishing itself, which is more of an exercise because it requires a lot of skill, but also a lot of muscle strength.
Right.
So but like I said, at this point, during this time, it's a good form of recreation.
Yeah.
It's a good form of uh, uh, diversification as relates to technology.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and I think it's more relatable to some persons.
Indeed.
Mhm.
So, do you want to give us, I know we're talking about don't panic, plan with COVID 19. But do you want to give us some tips on how to plan with technology to survive during this pandemic, whatever this is, this thing?
To survive, we have to look at it in two folds. We
Right.
have survival today, as in relates to food, and that's why my recreation could technically bring in food.
For
Um,
your
you
for your
know,
household.
exactly for my household. But we also have to embrace online services that do delivery
Yes.
because if you don't have to go to a food store, why should you have it delivered to you at this present time? You know, then it's another aspect as relates to technology in itself. We see how fragile the economy is,
Yes.
and we see how dependent we are on technology, especially during this time. But
Indeed.
even for local e-commerce, we are technically using technology um, over the internet. But if we really look at it, we could actually be communicating one-on-one using technology. So
Correct.
just like food, we've become so dependent on persons, food from abroad, etc., and not doing a lot of backyard farming and other stuff. Um, but we need to become more dependent on from that aspect in reference to food, but also in reference to I would even look at it the internet in itself. We are becoming too dependent on the internet to communicate locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What? I mean, even so now, and I want to advance this conversation.
Mhm.
Companies that have been afraid to integrate technology before COVID-19.
They have no choice in my head.
All right. Well. The question is, do you think that they're going to embrace technology moving forward, or do you think that after this whole pandemic passes, that they're going to revert back to their old ways and not embrace technology?
Hmm. I think that it's going to increase as much as possible. I know that persons won't have the resources that they initially had to make significant investments. But I think every business sees the importance of technology, especially during this time. And even
Yes.
after we come out, it's going to play a significant role in reference to the decisions they make.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I think just to jump on what Kim is saying, this pandemic, I think, well, from my standpoint, I think that after this, a lot of companies, we all talk about our business continuity plan.
Yep.
We always talk about
Mhm.
that. But anyway, hopefully they put that in place. We always recommend people they could reach out to us. I don't know if your company does it, but they could reach out to us and we could put that together. In cases like this, every company should have it. That's one. And if and during times like this, what you should be doing, I think, is doing things that you didn't do. Like, okay, when we come up this, I'm gonna get a business continuity plan, or look at it from the whole aspect of it all. Do I really need to rent this place that has 50 rooms? Or
Exactly.
can I just rent a small space that has 2 rooms and my business still goes on? Because people don't really need to be in office. I
Correct.
think this has taught us ways to use technology and that you should invest in technology in your business. You should you should invest in technology. You really should, because you can be saving a lot. Upfront it may cost you a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's gonna save you at the end.
I agree. And in fact, I think I look at it whereas we're going to see a surge of small home businesses,
Yeah.
small home businesses that now look to implement technology from home so that they could operate, you know, locally, internationally. But like I said, persons are going to start cutting costs. I mean,
Yep.
as much cost as possible,
Yeah.
so that they could still be efficient and provide the various services. So, that's going to happen. And I think that's going to be a major shift.
Yeah, that's good. And I know we would have spoke a few minutes ago about using this time to plan. And one of the things you chose to do, which is one of your favorites, is fishing. But a lot of people now are like, you know what, we gotta eat. Food security.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I've been harping on this, and technology plays a very important part in it too. Agriculture. People, start your farm. Integrate
Mhm.
technology as much as you can. Technology is needed. You have stuff like your irrigation systems that it's technology based. No matter how you look at it, the way you feed your crop, the way you feed your herd is all based on
Mhm.
technology. If you're a farmer, if you want to go into the aspect with animals, they call it
Yes.
husbandry. You have
Hmm.
feeding systems. You have technology that can feed. See, once you integrate technology in any industry, listen, I will give people jobs. Yes, I do. But you can now decrease that quote unquote manpower. If you have your
Yes.
feeding, for people in husbandry, we deal with animals. You can have your technology where it automatically knows to feed your cows or to feed your goats every 2 o'clock,
Yes.
and the food releases.
Hmm.
You have technology that can open up your gates. Hey, the animals need to come out at this time. Release levers. They come out every 2 o'clock.
Yep.
A
But
lot of people
also
think
irrigation systems. Yeah.
definitely irrigation systems, and even more if you go into hydroponics. That's technology up front.
So, Catherine, just for our viewers and just for Donovan, what makes you an expert on this particular topic? Let's let's just give persons a bit
The
of
truth is of
background.
who I am, not only
Right,
being the producer.
right. Just a little bit of background because persons might be listening, but then they don't. You're speaking from a point of expertise right now.
Wow, everybody. You guys know me as the producer, but behind my producer cap, yeah, it's up with the producer cap. You all see it's invisible. It's invisible. I have a degree in biochemistry. I have a degree in biology. I did it he don't like it, but at CLB, and then
Oh
I finished off my
Lord.
undergrad at Dalhousie. And
Yay, the holiday.
yay! But I have a passion for it. I have a passion for it, and I have a passion for technology as well. And I have been harping, everybody who knows me, they call me the plant whisperer. in the industry. They call me the plant whisperer, but it's very important. I have been harping on this for years about food security, securing food for your country. You know what I mean? And as Donovan and I were talking
We went live.
before we went live, marine life is totally even different. That's just that need to be separated totally and in just totally. But with the integration of technology, I always believe in integration of technology. But when I speak to something like backyard farming or husbandry, which is dealing with animals, that's different from well, it's in agriculture, but it's different from animals. I mean plants. This is an industry. As an industry, we have to embrace from all aspects, from the technological aspect to just doing it in your yard, however you want to. I tell anybody, plan with COVID-19 and plant your food.
So,
Go ahead.
I know we giving persons tips, right? Or you enlightening persons to go ahead and plant your food. And one of the questions that Donovan had asked off air was, what are some of the things that we're growing in the back of our yard? I'm not doing it. I let y'all know that I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that.
He ain't doing that.
I ain't even watering the plant. I let y'all know that now.
He ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to touch on it from the whole aspect.
Right.
And I don't want you guys to think like, how to turn into agriculture class? No,
Right.
bring
That's technology.
into it too.
Yeah. It's technology.
What we're growing now is, for me, I have like tons of plantains. Y'all wouldn't believe we don't even eat that stuff. But anyway, we have herbs galore. We have tomatoes. We have peppers. We have a plethora of stuff. Right? Now.
So apparently, that's science best friend. But go ahead. Donovan's son.
He's
Roman.
who? Oh, Zion.
Yeah, science.
Why you call him Science?
Science.
I don't know.
Simone's son.
I don't know Zion.
Zion. Sion.
Isn't it Zion?
You know what? Keep messing up people's names. Go ahead.
I feel it. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm an advocate when it comes to agriculture and marine life. And during COVID-19, one of the things I think we need to plan with, right? Even if you don't know from the technological aspect yet, like how Donovan loves fishing, right? Donovan, what you can do, I mean, I go in deep. This is probably deeper than what you even thought, right?
Yeah.
We fish. Do you fish the farm?
No, I fish for
I
my home.
to eat. To eat, right? But we need
That's
to
it.
now go. We need to now go deeper. Fishing to farm, and you can farm.
Right, but then my question is though that if he's going to fish the farm, that's just use that as an example. The technology that he is currently using, he'll have to change those methods
Not really.
because if you have a slingshot,
He ain't gotta kill the fish. He ain't gotta kill the fish. He could try his best to try to catch it not in its fins or in its I know agriculture.
Right.
I mean
You
no
gotta
marine.
yeah.
But
What the technology
he
is?
could put it in like what we call it the tail. Bring it in fish heels. Come on now.
Right. So Donovan, if you're gonna fish the
The
farm,
farm,
yeah, you're gonna have to change your technology.
With the technology.
Yeah. Clearly Catherine don't know much about marine life.
I'm actually do you know marine life is not only fish. It's seaweed. It's coral. It's more than what we think it is.
Okay, I talking about the technology.
The fishing part of it is. It's easy though, but nonetheless, can't give away free tips. Oh, this is so we have to give away free tips. I forget. I totally forgot Donovan, but anyway.
There we go. So somebody commented. Hey, that's what I
You see
talking about.
this? Say fish trap and pots.
There you go.
Donovan.
Hey, Eddie.
Donovan, you see what they're telling you to do? Fish trap and pots.
No, but it is. But fishermen use that currently as we speak, right? And that's like they're able now to do mass catches, right? Even when they doing harvesting lobster and all that, they put down traps, and then when the season opens, then they go pull up those traps, etc., etc. So all of those kind of technologies enables you to keep the fishes alive while being enclosed in a particular area, but also now make sure that they do not escape. So when you pull everything up, that everything is there. So right. So I mean, thanks a lot, Russell, for
It's called
that.
aquaculture, and I was not trying to give it all the tips for free, but I could. He want me. Hey, Donovan, he want me to give you all the
No,
tips.
no, no, no. We just having a discussion. We just having a discussion.
But I would
Yeah.
strongly, me personally, I would strongly advise everybody listening. Yeah, this is a tech show, but please,
Mhm.
please, if you like the water, you have aquaculture. That's farming in the water. Agriculture, farming on land. You have hydroponics, which is total technology. If y'all doing hydroponics, y'all gotta reach out to us because there's a whole lot of everything. You get hydroponics. This is the time for us to venture into something different other than technology. I mean, I'm sorry, other than tourism. We have
Mhm.
to do it. We have to.
Yes, is this
And
is the time definitely to diversify the market, but we also got to diversify ourselves.
yeah,
You know, and we have to start, becoming more multi-talented to a certain degree because we too focus on one thing, while
yeah,
as so many stuff is necessary at this present time.
Yeah.
yeah. But again, and I still urge everybody, technology is going to be the backbone of anything. I don't care if you're growing citrus, you need technology because you got to test your trees to see if you got
Yes,
canker. It ain't only what y'all think it is. It isn't only what you think it is. So I urge any industry, and I can tell you from agriculture, you need technology. If you don't have thermometers in your trees and you get a frost, I mean, in the Bahamas, we live different, but frost, but it might come. Within that time, and you can tell, if you can tell in advance, you could cover your trees. So it's a,
yes.
listen,
It's a whole level of science.
yes,
Right.
with the, like I say, with the
But
integration
as
of
a
Of
whole level of,
technology.
I would say, is a whole level of automation. Automation
yeah,
makes
Right.
it easier,
Yeah.
you
you
got
see,
it.
and that's technology, you
Yeah.
see,
Yes,
and also efficient because now you can
yes,
produce more. You don't have to. It
yes.
is less labor intensive,
Intensive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
More
it's
production, more production.
more production, more production. You
And
know,
even, I mean, listen, I could go on a tangent when it comes, and even
You.
soil quality. Let me tell you something. The basic of technology. If you have poor soil, you ain't gonna have a good crop. But how would you know? Because of technology. There's certain equipment you can use that can test rather than just the usual go dig, look for nematodes or whatever pests. That's the old school.
What?
Technology can tell you, buddy,
exactly.
we got some eggs in there. We got some nematode eggs in there. You're gonna need to treat with whatever your industry uses. And so hence the integration of technology. Technology, let's go back to irrigation. Technology as simple as your soil quality. You have rain sensors, right? You can put in rain sensors. You know when to water and when not to water. Because certain crops don't like a lot of water. I know, eh? You never thought agriculture was this advanced with technology. But it really
It
is.
is.
It is.
It
And
is.
husbandry is worse. When you're talking about breeding, babies, sonogram, technology, and a vet, of course, is very important. But,
I agree.
This ain't the Planet Whisperer show.
hey, take it over. Let's get back to technology. I know.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, at this point too, I look at it whereas, for security, I think a lot of persons are playing on persons' fears because if you really look at it online, everyone has a COVID-19 camera, whereas it could detect COVID-19. And I always tell persons now, I've looked at various technologies, and it's best not to fall victim to a
Right.
lot of
Scams.
false hope. And yeah, a lot of scams. So my thing is,
Yeah.
if anything, you purchase one item, you try it out, etc. But
Right.
technically, you all know, as it relates to COVID-19. Um, it's based on you have persons who are healthy carriers, and you
Yeah.
won't be able to detect that because their temperature would be an average human's temperature, straight across the board. So,
Correct.
at this present time, especially when it relates to government, I would say do not fall victim to
Yeah.
scams as it relates to false equipment. I would
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
say false tests, false masks. I would look at solutions that are FDA approved. I would, that's how I'd start. I would look for proven technologies
Yeah.
to assist us in detecting and trying to suppress the situation.
Yeah.
Yep. And reaching out to technologists and just to harp a little bit. We like you said earlier, when we think about technology, we think about computers, but there are medical technologists out there too. You know,
Exactly.
go to
Exactly.
people in the industry, tap into technology, go to people in the industry that can help to advance and solve this problem. For example, right?
So
Okay.
Kelly Don say technology has been the new foundation on every day on
For
foundation for every aspect of modern day living.
it's correct.
Agreed.
So even as simple as, let's say, the borders have to open at some point, right? At some point. Okay, you have the airports opening, whatever now. We need a system in place that's going to quickly tell us on flight 920 from New Zealand, you all let 50 people from Wuhan, you all let them come in, turn the plane around. You know what I mean? Don't wait for them custom officers to be in the front line stamping and they have some people. No, we know already on this flight. I mean, although that's already in the manifest, but there should be some form of technology instead of that old. Let's look at the manifest. There should be something in the red tag in that system. Cling. We have problem. You all bring out the doctors. Bring out this. We have these people coming. It's the borders are gonna open. Use technology to protect your borders. You
Correct.
Most,
know.
But then
most
you also have to
definitely.
share that
Right.
technology among the different agencies and among
Yeah.
the different. You have to be able to share, and a lot of persons love this aspect of isolated technology.
Yeah.
Isolated technology is very limited in reference to delivery.
Correct.
You can't fully maximize that technology unless it integrates with other technologies. Like, for example, a baggage system. You need a baggage system to integrate with a CCTV system. You need the access control to integrate with the baggage control system, which is connected to the CCTV system. But then you also need the fire suppression system and the fire detection system connected so that you could share information. And then you could also be more proactive in reference to dealing with matters.
Right. Because I know coming from my previous employment, that was for those of y'all who know what my previous employment was. It was a challenge of sharing information. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is my information only." But what I found is the more that you talk about a current situation, the next person, believe it or not, is having the exact same challenge, and
Exactly.
better and more so is you might have already overcome that particular hurdle, and now you face another hurdle, and they just trying to get past step one, and if this collaboration between the various agencies had happened, then you would have had a more seamless approach to tackling certain situations, So it is key to have collaborations during this time and even moving forward in regards to different technologies because somebody might have been working on something and it did not work for a particular application, but that very same thing that persons have collecting dust and all that now is the key, or now is
The time.
the time now for that now to be launched, and that's the final key to solving a bigger puzzle.
For
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
last year
Yeah.
we would have had the Ministry of last year or year before last, we had the Ministry of Education on,
Right.
and one of the things we talked about was the online portal
Yeah.
for grading, for examinations, for national examinations. You could call us the prophet technologists here. We was telling them if they had it ready, if it was prepared, all they could have talked about. Well, not in a negative way, but the discussion more was less. Oh, we bringing in what is it?
Cisco,
iPad,
they bring in Cisco's and they bring in tablets
tablets, and you can
and et
talk to
cetera, et cetera.
tablets.
Yeah.
But we were talking about online. What we were trying to get to was deeper, like an online portal where everybody can do their homework, sending their homework
Right.
on on one platform.
Yeah.
Everybody get grades systematically. Everybody
Yeah.
get the same
This
answer.
was about 2 years ago, I think.
I think 2 years, and now look
Yeah.
where we're at.
2 years later, now,
Everybody's scrambling, trying to put this thing together.
yeah.
We even offered our assistance, but I mean, not to throw the shade. This ain't no
Right, yeah,
shade.
yeah. We ain't
Ain't
trying
no
to
shade in the
say it.
show,
Yeah.
you know.
But we
But
just said,
and
Mhm.
if they had put out their platform beforehand, let's say the Ministry of Education had written there, they're the mother of education in the Bahamas. All schools could have fallen. You could have said, hey, come in the Catholic diocese, come in the Anglican diocese, come in the Baptist. Y'all come and use our platform. We can tweak it a little for you guys against sharing data, you know. I think everybody needs to plan. Everybody needs to plan going forward. Even the banking and even the banking system over here need to plan during this
Yes.
time for
Mhm.
another COVID 2.0 must see, I don't know, coming again. But you know what I mean,
Yeah,
eh?
but also we also need to reassess various projects that we initially had on the table. For example, if you talk about CCTV, and
Oh,
you have persons talk about facial recognition. Um, there are very few facial recognition, or basically maybe one or two, that allow facial recognition to work with a mask on your face.
right.
So to me, it's like you're spending a lot of money on a solution that really would not be beneficial, considering especially our current, circumstances.
yes.
So I think a lot of projects need to be revamped,
Yeah.
because you know this is going to challenge us, um, in reference to how we put look for solutions. And
Yeah.
I mean, to me, a lot of manufacturers worldwide, they oversell and they more like under deliver.
Yeah.
So if you see, you were to basically reach out to a vendor and ask them, hey, does your facial recognition work with, I mean, if someone has a mask on, and if they say yes, well, let them prove it to you. You see, I
Exactly.
think
Yeah.
when it comes to technology, it's more, we need to actually put the brands on the table and then pick the best solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you know, to me, we go too much on names rather than delivery.
Yeah.
Solutions that actually work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things with our Jesus. I mean, even this our sponsors. Oh, tonight's show is sponsored by Sandals Consultants. Sandals Consultants implement IT solutions that fit. They do not take an off-the-shelf product and give it to you and say that it's automatically going to work. So thank you, Sandals Consultants, for sponsoring tonight's show. Tonight's show is also sponsored by Bahamas IP, TV, and Communication Solutions. If you guys, I mean, you guys can't go nowhere.
Everybody bored.
The only thing that you could do right now is just watch TV. So if you haven't
Binge
gotten,
watching, binge watch,
oh
binge
yeah, yeah, I
watch.
have some stuff now I need to binge watch. But if you haven't gotten a chance yet to get your free trial, I think they still doing 24 hours free trial of their service. Give Bahamas IPTV and Communications a call to get connected. And of course, our show is also sponsored by Alive.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Alive, for sponsoring tonight's show. We really appreciate it. Alive cares, people. Alive being giving out Dunkin' Donuts, coffee to the healthcare workers, to the frontline staffs and
I
all
front
that.
line, I need to do it.
And they even been talking to people data if you pay your bill online or using their apps. So thank you, Alive, so much for sponsoring tonight's show. How could I forget our sponsors, right?
Yeah, we did bad.
Yeah, we
We're
did
getting
bad.
into the meat of technology.
Yeah.
But I know we having a lot of people like to listen. Like I tell you, they just be calling us up after. Who that is? Who's talking to? There's the camera.
Yeah.
So once again, Donovan Paul, if you can let us know what your company does, and what we are trying to do, yeah, on Tech Thursday more than anything, we're not only about promoting somebody's company,
Yeah.
but we want the industry just to be holistic.
Yeah.
We aren't really camera people per se,
No.
but it's a holistic industry. Everybody makes up an industry. We want an industry to come together and be cohesive. So for the people who are just coming in, if Mr. Paul could let us know the name of the company he works for and what they do, that'd be great again.
Yeah. Lifeline IT group of companies. We specialize in security integration. Integration in reference to cameras, even point of sales, cameras and access control systems, and basically using access control systems even for time management and time attendance. That's our focus. We focus on integration of security applications to create a unified solution. We focus our market primarily as critical infrastructures, government, uh, gated communities, hotels, hospitals. But we operate locally as well as internationally. One of our projects that we were piloting for some time was more on road safety as relates to speed enforcement. We've done that. We do a lot of pilot work, a lot of testing and evaluation as it relates to homes and small businesses. We do a lot of recommendation. We do a lot of donations as relates to directing persons and supplying them with various apparatus to assist them in
Right.
trying to make it a little bit more user friendly and easier to operate, etc.
Right.
Okay, and you know, I have this behaving lingo. If you all didn't understand, if you all have a business and you all want to make sure your staff signing it, check them out. If you all want to see who leaving, they say they in a week.
Leaving early
You
8.
want to leaving early and they in a week, check him out. All right? If you all in a gated community and that neighbor who live through that special road and they always say they ain't speeding, check them out. They can be able to tell you who that speed demon is in that gated community. You know? And if you're having security problem in your community and this and that one thief and you're trying to find out where the little leak is, who and how they jump in the wall or jump in the back, call him out. That's what he said. So y'all didn't understand him? You understand him now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had to break it down.
Break it down.
All right. So how is your son finding the new Ministry of Education online portal? I mean, I know he goes to St. John's,
Mhm. You
but
like
how
it?
is he?
You so what have you done recently on the Ministry of Education website?
Virtual education, they have online game activity worksheet and videos for me to
Games? Wow, that sounds nice.
and
Yeah, so we basically keep him as active as possible. My wife, she's a drill sergeant when it comes to it. So he
Oh, that's
finishes
good.
up all his work in St. John's, and then he goes to another platform after he finished with the Ministry of Education. Then he goes to education.com. He also does that. What would you?
I don't go to education.com after military education. I first that's from a long time ago.
Oh, you finished a long time ago. Okay, well, I know he's a
Part of
busy bee
that.
as it has a lot to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so like I say, we have to use this opportunity to challenge ourselves, um,
Right.
to plan,
Mm-hmm.
to see how we can contribute. Because uh, we're not if we're not on the front line, second line, we have to. We need everyone on the table right now to provide solutions. But at the same time, we need the leaders to champion solutions that would help, you know, stabilize the economy, that would
Yeah,
help restore jobs, that would even promote small home businesses, to
yeah,
champion these projects so that they could come to fruition. And I think it's a big, that's a big challenge. We have sometimes whereas projects start and, they have obstacles, and it's as though it's a game sometimes, and
yeah,
we are at a point whereas we need solutions. We need viable solutions, and doesn't need to, it shouldn't be based on who you're affiliated with. who your
Yeah.
friends are, who your family are. We
Yeah.
need viable solutions at this present time. That's what we need.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. So, if you have any final words that you want to leave the Beam Populace and the world at large, Donovan?
Yeah, I would say at this present time, look at yourself, look at your shortcomings, look at your relationships, look at your family, and see how you could become better.
Yeah.
Better husbands, better sons, better citizens. And those persons are going to create better businesses.
Indeed. Indeed. And I'm just going to piggyback on something that you mentioned in your opening statement, some of the things that you're doing in terms of free, or I should say, training, and there's a lot of free materials out there. Use the time wisely. When you on YouTube, search how do you do this or how do you do that, or I know Harvard have some free courses. Udemy.com has some free courses. Lynda.com has some free courses that you could participate in, get those certificates at the end of the courses, and enhance your skill set, because once this COVID-19 is over, the landscape has already changed in the way business is done and the way now how marketable you're going to be now to the new market that's going to open up. So I will encourage anybody to utilize the internet for good, start learning a new skill set, start diversifying yourself, and the sky is the limit. The education and the information is there. You just have to go and hit click, and the information is there. Catherine?
Um, just to basically wrap up everybody. You all, like I tell you, like we sound being handsome man. Hey, but just to wrap up what everybody has said, we must, you know, we must plan with COVID. Let's not look at the negative. Let's look at the positive. This downtime, we can now reevaluate what we have and improve ourselves in other aspects. And I'm sure Mr. Tech over there is going, we're going to have probably a special on agriculture. You may be a lawyer, you may be a technologist. You can integrate everything into something else. Food security is very important. How we secure our food. And I'm sure we're going to do a special show on that this weekend. So you guys can, I'm sure, listen out to it.
It won't be on Tech Thursday.
It's tough right for them. Anyway, but all I want to say is let's reevaluate. Let's be ingenious. Let's be creative. And, let's look out for each other. Let's be our brother's keeper with this COVID-19. It's not as much of a plague as everybody wants to make it to. Hey, let's make this plague a pledge. We pledge to be better Bahamians after COVID-19 break. We got pledged that with this plague. But I'm sure you guys can tune in. If you have questions, we're going to have a special agricultural session on Tech Thursday this Saturday, won't we?
No, we have trivia on Tech Thursday.
Oh,
Sorry,
trivia.
don't get mixed up. Don't get mixed up. So what really Catherine is trying to say is she's coming out with her own live show, The Plant Whisperer.
Really?
So you guys, go for that.
Listen,
Yeah.
I can talk all day, but listen,
Yeah,
I get
so
tired.
you guys go for that. Look out for her new show, The Plant Whisperer. Look at COVID-19 just bringing The Plant Whisperer to
Donovan, you
the
see this?
mainstream
You see this,
internet.
Donovan?
Don't get me involved.
Donovan said, come and teach me, I plead to fit my way. I way in my corner.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I just want to say thank you guys for joining in. And I'm so happy that another giant in the industry was here to talk about his industry, to shine light that it's more than just computers. Technology is a vast array of everything. And we want you guys, we had Canoe one the other day. We got a lot of hits on the Canoe. If you have, right now you're down. Reach out. Oh, we didn't get a number for you. They could reach out to you. Hold on, but I want you to repeat your number at the end. reach out to Donovan, find ways that you can integrate his technology on your platform. If there are any weaknesses, they can consult with you guys. I don't know if it's a fee, but I'm sure he'll tell you about it. So I'm so happy that we have more giants in the industry, letting you know that technology is present in the Bahamas. It is available and it is working in the Bahamas. We ain't as backwards as everybody think we are.
No.
So we're going to end it with Mr. Donovan Paul. Like I said, a giant in the industry. He's going to give you the contacts that you could reach out to them in regards to any questions that you have.
Yeah. You can reach us at support@litsgroup.com. That's litsgroup.com. Our website is litsgroup.com, litsgroup.com, or telephone number 225-6238, and you can get us there.
All right.
There you guys have it. So Donovan, again, thank you for being a guest on the show. Hopefully this is not the last time you make a guest appearance on Tech Thursday. Well, obviously
Come
you
on,
see.
I want to become a regular.
Hey, we gotta go fishing. We gotta go fishing with you one day, okay?
Let's see if we can do let's see if we can do that live, eh?
Yeah, we can do it live.
Yeah.
You better catch a fish because people are talking to you about your body. We can do
Yeah,
live
we
stream with
real
you.
vehement.
Where you get your fish?
What are you trying to hit though?
Get guppy.
So we really appreciate you coming on the show, and we see you guys Thursday.
And Saturday.
Oh, hold on, we have a question coming in.
So which one is Donovan, the big one or the small one? So which one is Donovan?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the big one.
All right. I don't know, JLPL Lightburn. Thank you for joining us
At the end of it.
at the end of the show. But we hope that you guys enjoyed the show. Again, look out for trivia Saturday. We're gonna have trivia like 3 times on Saturday, so you guys look out for that. We ain't going nowhere. Nobody's supposed to be out the house. Nobody's supposed to be out the house, so we can do trivia 3 times, 3 different times on Saturday. So you guys look out for that. And yeah, let's see how much persons know
And we go
about.
whisper spots and plants too. And agriculture.
Yeah. So y'all look out for the Plant Whisperer show, premiering this Sunday.
No, Saturday.
Premiering this Saturday.
Everybody could be in their yard. So everybody could be in their yard doing something. Some people could be catching fish. Hoping they don't get catch, but
Yeah,
hope they be catching
you're
fish.
supposed to be in your house. Oh Lord.
Thought of it?
This can be long.
All right.
All right, so see you guys on Saturday, right here on Trivia Saturday. Again, we're gonna have 3 different times, so we're gonna come live with different trivias on Saturday, and look out for Catherine's new show, The Plant Whisperer. That's premiering on Saturday as well. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank our audience. Thank our comments. Again, if you guys want to comment or ask the questions, just type it in the comment section, or you can even do a live call. So Donovan, again, hopefully this is not your last time. You already said that you are going to become a regular.
Mhm.
Right.
I think especially this time.
Say it again.
I think it's a necessity, especially around this time.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, we also practicing our social distance as well. So even though that we close on the screen, we still practicing our social distance during this COVID-19 pandemic. But again,
my earpiece finally went, people.
oh wow! So thank you guys again for tuning in, and we see you guys on Saturday for trivia. Thank you guys so much. We see you guys on Saturday.